rainy day, and guys kind of both grinded through it. I thought their pitcher did a very good job. He was 89 and 92, threw a lot of good sliders, and unfortunately on the offensive side, we were really not recognizing the slider today. Led to 9 strikeouts on balls that were really out of zone, and where we could have got some more walks out of it. So we got ourselves out a little bit more, which kept it a close game. I thought if we could have got a leadoff walk or another one, then we could have put a bunt on or something and try to manufacture a run. We really didn't get a chance to manufacture a run today, but in the same sense, our pitching and our defense kind of took over and was able to do what we've done best, which is if we're not hitting, we go out there and just keep them one less run than us. And so it's a nice win to get the series win against a local rival. And tomorrow we obviously got a chance to sweep a team on the weekend going into conference play next weekend. So got to get the bats going a little bit more. Tomorrow we're going to see a guy that's going to be a curveball guy. So we really got to make sure that we're recognizing it. We hit him in the cage. We hit him when we tell him we're coming in BP. And it's more recognition right now that we got to work on. It did. We'll have 3-ball counts. 3 and 2s, a couple more uncharacteristic walks. But when you have a strikeout pitcher, that sometimes happens. They're missing by just a little bit, and before you know it, you're up in the hundreds in the 6th inning. But that's why we have a bullpen. Yeah, 2 outs, nobody on, and a couple little, one hit on the 0-2. Again, split, he stayed up, no big deal. Infield single, and then a 3-2 pitch. A couple of those were close, getting up to 3-2. But you got a lot of confidence when Brooks on the mound, so you're not always going to be perfect. I think what happens with our team is, at least on the pitching side, you're expecting perfection all the time, and as soon as there's a run given up or bases loaded situation, everybody thinks what's going on, and it's like, well, we've been doing so well, but we can still get out of those. I didn't know if it was off the end or if it was really had some serious backspin, because when at the third base coaching box, it took off. In fact, the other ball he hit, I thought did the same thing, and that one stayed in the park. But obviously that part of the day, the wind was blowing pretty good, so it got up and it just kept on sailing, so it probably gave it the extra 15 feet to get it out. A sublax, which is better than a separation, so it went in and out. It came back in right after he stood up, but it's a little painful right now. On those kind of things, you got to wait till the next day and see how it really is. It could be something that's quick, or it could be a couple of weeks. We'll have to see. But we got options, so we'll, that's why we always talked about our depth around the field. And we have a couple infielders if we had to that we worked out in the outfield just in case we get in a pinch. Throw strikes. This is a team that if we can pound the zone and do what he has been doing. Last week I thought he did a great job up on a cold day in Maryland and pound the zone, and we need the same type of performance. And we got to get him some run support tomorrow.
Thought I got under it a little bit, but wind helped me out, squeaked it over, I think. He looked dominant again, like always. I think he got away from him a couple times. I was talking to him in the dugout, and we were laughing about it because every problem that we got into, he put himself in it. And I was like, well, he did a good job of getting out of it. He was like, yeah, but shouldn't be in it. So did a good job of getting out of it, shouldn't be in those situations. I think he knows what he has to fix. That's what Coach Trimper was talking about. Like, we're not executing everything we should offensively, but we're getting there, and it's just those things that need to click here and there. But if you're winning, you're winning. I don't think anybody's worried about it because this team has such a deep roster. Every player on this team can start for us, basically. So we'd be comfortable with anyone on the field. So I think we're ready to put anyone that needs to. There's guys who are hungry to play, so I think we're good with all that.
I was fighting a little bit. I felt like I put myself in some situations that I had to get out of. It all worked out at the end of the game, but I was fighting through a few things, trying to find some pitches along the way, and like you said, pitch count just got up. Not too much. I felt like my arm action was the same, catching up to my body, all that stuff. Mound got a little wet out there. It's different from the stretch, obviously, than the windup. But just working through it, trying not to think about it too much, and find a way to get out of it. I always love getting out to a 1-0 start, obviously, so from there I was just thinking he picked me up, so I got to go do my job out there, and we only needed a couple of days. Today was a little different than yesterday, obviously, and that's how it's been this whole year, but that's a good thing. We can always find a way when we need it to get a win.
Yeah, the splitter got away from me a little bit, so we got enough of it to put it in play. But yeah, I actually realized that once I got the 8th strike that I was one away from it, but what can you do? I was talking with the coaches earlier, halfway through the game, and we're not swinging it great, but we're winning a 2-0 ball game, and this is the kind of game you got to find a way to win, and that's what good teams do, so that's what we did.